Terence Steele here, local realtor in Atlanta.
Hey y'all, Amina here, also a local realtor here in Atlanta.
And today we're going to talk about current market conditions as far as real estate, as well as things that we can learn from the past. But first, folks, if you like content like this, please like the video, subscribe, and share, all right? So I'll start. Basically, when I first got into real estate in the early 2000s, I was a loan officer at that time, and there was a big subprime boom that happened. What happened was President Bush at that time, he passed an Equal Housing Act, and he wanted more people to be able to buy houses. And what happened was the mortgage industry, they became more flexible with their lending principles, and basically a lot of people with bad credit, we call it subprime, started buying houses at that time, and they couldn't necessarily afford the house, and we had a bubble. And so that's where I'm coming from as far as my perspective with the current market. I feel like we might be in another bubble, but it's not related to the mortgage industry.
So when it comes to this particular market, which is a seller's market, everyone knows the sellers are driving it right now. So there's too many buyers, but not enough homes on the market. Now, speaking of loans, a lot of buyers are taking advantage of the low interest rates. And a lot of times the question I get is, okay, how much would I be paying? Only your lender will be able to tell you that. Why? Because there are so many factors that go into your interest rates. Whether it's your credit, whether it's the property type, or whether it is, what type of loan are you going to get? 15-year loan, 30-year loan? Is it going to be a fixed rate? So it just depends. Now, although it is a good idea to take advantage of the interest rate, if you know that you're not ready, if you know that there is something that's going on in your life that would take you away from that process, do not go through with it, because not only will you be wasting your time, you'll be wasting your agent's time.
Absolutely, and we don't want that
at all.
All right. So speaking of the agents and the buyers in this market, I feel like buyers are overpaying right now. However, I guess they kind of have a choice since the inventory is so low. I know we were having a meeting the other day, and I was hearing about, there are literally properties that are getting 50, 30, and 40 offers on one property. When you have that many offers, then of course the property is going to sell for well over the asking price. And basically, people are paying more than what the properties are appraising for now. So I view that as a problem. If it doesn't appraise for a certain value, I don't feel like you should pay too much over the value. I don't know, what do you think?
I mean, it is a problem because the sellers are driving the market right now. So a lot of the homes that are getting sold, people are putting in offers over the asking price. A lot of them are maybe $20,000 over.
Right.
Now, as he mentioned, prices are going up, and it's going to continue to rise because there aren't enough homes.
Exactly.
And there's way too many buyers. So when it comes to offers, I kind of want to give them a little diagram a little bit. So look, now here's the three different types of offers. So at the very bottom, you have an offer with contingencies. Now contingencies can mean multiple things. That can be the purchase price, that can be any repairs that you ask the seller to complete when you do your inspection, and also an appraisal. Now the third one, you have an offer without contingencies. So that is just the purchase price. There are no conditions that you're putting on your offer. Now at the very top, you have an all-cash offer. That is the one that a lot of sellers look forward to. Why? You're taking out the middleman, aka the lender. You don't have to get pre-approved. You can close a lot early, and you're not waiting on your lender to get your final approval. So only do this one if you know you have the cash to pay for it. The best thing about an all-cash offer is you're kind of taking out the middleman. The middleman being a lender. You can close early. You don't have to wait on your final approval. So 9 times out of 10, that's going to be the one that's going to get accepted. But if you don't have the cash, don't try to put in an all-cash offer.
Absolutely. So speaking of the housing prices going up, specifically we're talking about the Atlanta market, but we know that in general that's what's going on throughout the country right now. But I feel like what we're watching here in Atlanta is basically gentrification in real time. You know what I'm saying? You got properties in the West End, for example. I had an open house. This property was going for $444,000. And anybody who knows about the West End knows that that's not the best area, but So basically a lot of properties in some bad areas are just overpriced, and so that's why I say it's gentrification in real time. They're kind of pushing people with lower income out of the city, or at least they're trying to. I was speaking to my friend Brian. I think it's going to take a long time before it actually, happens, because in Atlanta, there's a lot of black folks. And that's kind of an understatement. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's what we're watching right now, gentrification in real time. Things are going for way higher than what they need to. If I was a buyer right now, I would wait. I would just wait, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of people aren't patient like that. They're going to just try to get, when people want a house, they want to go ahead and get it, so.
Yeah, clearly now, they do want a house. Now, speaking on gentrification, for those of you who may not understand what that is, put it in simple terms. So you have your poor, or a lot of people may consider low income. You have your middle class, and you have your rich. So basically what gentrification is going to take out that middleman, which is the middle class. So you're either going to be poor or low income or rich. Now, not all of Atlanta is fully gentrified. You do have some areas that are, some of them are still considered low income, but it just depends on what area you're trying to move into.
Absolutely. So in conclusion, I just want to say, if you're going to, looking to buy now, you want to make sure that you get yourself a great realtor. Which Amina, she's a pretty good realtor, so you might want to holler at her. You also want to make sure that your financing is secure, so you want to have a good lender. One good thing about us here at Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate Metro Brokers is that we have our own lender in-house.
Yep.
So it's always good if you can go to a brokerage that has everything in-house as far as the financing, the closing, attorney, and your realtor. So that's what you want to do if you're looking to buy now, and you want to pick the right areas. In the city of Atlanta, we've got a lot of good areas. Everyone loves Buckhead, but I feel like Buckhead is a little.
Everything is in Buckhead.
I feel like Buckhead is a little overrated. And then Midtown is great. That's going to be very expensive. I think one of the best areas to buy right now is probably the Old Fourth Ward, maybe the Grant Park area. There's Grove Park. That area is definitely on the come up, and any place near the Beltline. But you'll know all this if you get the right realtor. All right.
So I do want to bring this up really quickly. So I was asked this the other day. I had a buyer ask me, do I need to get pre-approved before I, sit down with you and go through the process? Yes, you need to get pre-approved first, because it kind of puts you ahead of a lot of buyers who haven't gotten to that point yet, because it's very competitive. So yes, you're going to hear this all the time. Make sure you get pre-approved first before we go through the process. Please consult with your real estate agent. They're your expert. They can help you throughout this process.
Absolutely. Awesome. Thanks for joining us, guys. Please check us out again here in Neighborhoods Atlanta. Subscribe, follow, and we'll see you next time.